Hello and welcome back to BannerKings, and I just want to update you very quickly. We did get all of our lands and estates and various other claims from Barney when he died. That's absolutely fine. We did get all of that, so you don't have to worry about it. Anyway, I've returned here over to Lycaron. Well, I say returned, but I mean I've basically been in this area for quite some time, so I thought to myself, oh yes, we're gonna just go in for it. We're literally just going to go in and see exactly what happens here. Obviously, this is a bit of a, maybe a troublesome situation. Maybe this is not going to be something that is going to be very conducive to our health. But if I can actually get up there myself, I've got 21 firebombs. I might as well use them to inflict as much damage as possible. And then if I can, maybe I'll end up taking it, or I'll just retreat, because we've already lost 12 people because I didn't have any time to construct catapults or trebuchets or even ballistas really. So I'm kind of just hoping that they're not going to be super annoying with this. Oh, how am I even taking damage? How did I even how did I even take damage? Are you serious right now? How did I even take damage? That is absolutely abysmal. How does that even happen? Because he's hitting me with thrown weapons, right? And my leg armor is absolutely fantastic, or it should be. Yeah, my leg armor is at 184. That is actually kind of insane. Right, okay. Lycaron it is not, then. That is, we will not be going for that. We will not be going for that. I wouldn't mind actually catching up with these guys, but unfortunately I'm a little bit too slow, and there is another very, very large army nearby, so that's obviously not going to really work out too well. So yeah, I'm just going to get rid of some of these, because we did have a herding problem, but not anymore. Okay, that's good. Alright, so as you can see, we do have this guy who is attempting to besiege Sestadime Castle. I was kind of hoping that he would actually succeed in doing that, or trying to succeed in doing that, because then I would have the ability to maybe, you know, take Lycaron, you know, because if he is, you know, keeping them busy or something like that, then we would have a really, really great time. As you can see, however, I am now in a situation where I have to deal with these guys, and this is kind of annoying. They're all just basically chasing me, which is actually pretty good, all things considered. This is actually good for our faction as a whole. This is just not very good for me personally, because I have to now deal with all of these. Thankfully, we did get them into a battle without the additional army, so this is going to be alright, you know, it's going to be alright. It's not going to be amazing, but it will be fine. And all I can really hope for here is literally just to succeed in this endeavor. That's it. That's literally all I want us to be able to do. And if we can succeed here, then we'll be great. We'll have a fun time. Let's just do a nice little auto-delegate here. We'll just see what happens with it. And because this is a very, very flat battlefield, very rarely have I needed to actually command my forces. RBM seems to do a really, really wonderful job at making sure the AI is acting as they should. And they never seem to make really, really stupid decisions, so I'm actually really happy with that. Because obviously, if you were playing the base game, you would probably have to command them at least a little bit, unless you're in a battle that is significantly one-sided. Because obviously, if you're fighting someone that only has 20 troops or something like that, then it's going to be a lot easier to just, you know, stomp them. But, you know, in that case, you might as well just auto-resolve, right? Anyway, let's do this. Let's do some damage. Let's do some massive damage. And, oh yeah, not that. Thank you. Okay, there we are. Nice damage, nice damage. We also just want to level her up as much as possible as well, by the way. Oh yeah. Because I obviously have the ability to, you know, give us stats, I didn't want to change her significantly, because I feel like that actually draws away from the organic nature of the air system, you know, the system where we inherit a bunch of things from Barney. And I didn't want to turn her into a 2.0 sort of situation. You know, I didn't want to make it so that she was the next generation of Barney, basically. I wanted to make it so that we had a slightly different feeling character. And I say that as I am wielding firebombs. I know the irony. Okay, I can understand that. However, the thing is, with firebombs, we are able to get a significant amount of experience, and that kind of helps us to mold her into a character that we actually kind of gel with, you know, a little bit more. Because as it stands right now, we don't really know what she's all about, you know, because we haven't really concentrated on that at all. And generally, you know, I was thinking of giving her scouting skill, like I said beforehand, but then I thought, well, you know what? I'm just going to give her the medic skill, you know, that I wanted for preventive medicine, because obviously, in my opinion, I think that's probably one of the best perks in the entire game, just because it does keep you on your feet, it keeps you fighting, and that's always great. That's always fantastic. But then I thought, yeah, you know what? I don't really want to give her anything else, because that's very unnatural. You know what I mean? If she had a significant amount of scouting skill as a base, I'd be like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's absolutely fine. I'm not going to change that, right? But it just felt a little bit inorganic, a little bit stagnant, if you know what I mean. And so that's the reason why I didn't really give her anything else, and I basically just gave her a couple of focus points in Lordship, and that was it. So hopefully that explains a little bit more of my thought process surrounding the fact that we didn't give her too many other skills, because it was just, in my opinion, she should find her own identity as a character at the moment. And while that might make us more, shall we say, more disadvantaged than we otherwise would have been, because let's face it, Barney was absolutely insane. He had great riding skill, amazing thrown weapons. He had great polearm skill. You know, there was so many things that he was good at. His scouting skill was also great. So we are going to be less powerful, but I think that actually adds flavor to the overall feel of the series, because as I said, I don't really want to do a whole, you know, Barney 2.0 kind of thing, because that's just gonna make things a bit samey for my liking, you know what I mean? I don't really want to do that, so that's the reason anyway. So I just thought I would kind of touch upon that again, because I didn't want to I wanted to explain myself a little bit. I want to explain myself, give you a bit more of an expanded explanation as to why I did this and why I didn't do that, or whatever it is. I feel like that's kind of necessary sometimes, and I don't want to leave you in the dark. You know, I feel like it's important to inform you about these things, just because then you kind of get an understanding of what's happening. Because obviously, if I don't say anything, you're not gonna know, because you can't read my mind, you know. And then it's unbeknownst to anyone then, isn't it? So, you know, it's much easier for me to actually just vocalize that and basically be like, yeah, this is why I did what I did, kind of thing. And hopefully that's come across, because obviously my explanations sometimes are just absolutely awful, and I will be the first person to come forward and say that. Sometimes I literally have no idea what I'm even saying. But that's just, you know, that's just how it goes sometimes, unfortunately for me. Because the funny thing is, I sometimes I'm obviously editing these, right? I obviously edit these videos every single time, even if it may not seem like it. I just generally have a minimal editing style. But the fact is, when I'm doing that and I listen to myself, sometimes I think to myself, that explanation is very bad, you know? And sometimes I think, oh no, that explanation is actually really, really good, and then no one understands it. And I just go, yeah, okay. I made a bit of an error there, didn't I? Yeah. So there are definitely those moments. But thankfully we're actually having a great time here though. Because as you can see, look at this. Using a pretty nice polearm. This polearm is actually not doing too badly. I'm actually kind of surprised. I thought that this polearm would be somewhat decent. I didn't think it would be amazing, but it seems actually kind of solid, so I like that quite a bit. Anyway, 75 renown there, 100 influence. Obviously, the main thing that we want to do here is try to prevent them from attacking our friends. We don't want them to attack our friends, so I'm just going to be taking every single one of them prisoner. We will be taking the highest tier of unit as well, and maybe trying to persuade them to join us, or we'll just go and sell them or whatever, and maybe we'll try and get some roguery skill. She does have pretty decent roguery skill as far as I recall, but maybe she could have more. That's the question. She might be able to get more if we spec a couple of focus points into it. But that would require level ups, wouldn't it? Yes, that would require level ups. Because that's the thing. That's the reason why I didn't give her anything else too, because it kind of gives us a bit more to do with her. Because otherwise, if I already have my full character build, you know what I mean? If I already have all the focus points placed in all the areas that I want them to be in, I'm not going to have anything to spec. You know what? I feel like we have to do something a little bit drastic here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move away from the front lines, and we're going to take something really, really far away from pretty much anyone, okay? Because I've taken a look at the map, and if you take a look here, and you actually see just a little bit more zoomed in than the maximum zoom out, you can see here that there is actually a castle down here that I think is somewhat, I wouldn't say it's up for grabs, so to speak, but I would say that it is right there on the outskirts of their territory, and I actually have no idea whether they're going to defend this. This is actually what's quite funny. You see there's still vassals in and around this place? It's super weird. Not sure what's going on with that, but anyway, we're going to attempt to take this. There we go, +2 ammunition for throwing weapons. I will be taking that. That sounds great. And then we're just going to be going in here. And I'm going to go in straight away. I'm pretty sure, yeah, they're not going to have anything built. As you may or may not have guessed, seems like towns already have these defenses built, which is super annoying. So it's gonna, maybe it's going to be kind of nice for us to do this. It's really, what?
Halt.
Are you serious, sir? Are you joking? Wow, okay, I'm actually really surprised. Okay, they're deciding to come in against us here. This is very strange. I would not have expected this to happen in any way, but they decided to do it, so I guess we're gonna have to see what we can do here. I have 27 firebombs now, and I am not afraid to use them. 250 on each side. Okay, why is my horse so slow, by the way? My horse feels really, really sluggish, and it's not lame as far as I'm aware. So, bit weird. Bit weird. Anyway, let me see if I can actually kill some of these. Okay, nice. Not bad, not bad. Could have been better, in my opinion. Yeah, I kind of wish they'd stayed in formation a little bit more, but any cavalry that we can eliminate is good. Is a good day, you know. Because they're otherwise going to be kind of annoying to deal with. There we go. There we are, yes. My horse is taking massive damage. Of course it is. Okay, I've got to be careful here. Okay, there we go. Not too bad. Not too bad. Doing very little damage, actually, sometimes. Okay. That's still not actually good enough, but I think it's going to have to be. Unfortunately, the enemy is really spread out. I'm going to tell everyone to charge, actually. I actually don't even know. Were we all charging beforehand? Because I wanted to be as hyper-aggressive as possible here, so if I put them in auto-delegate, that was a mistake. But I don't suppose it matters too much. I can actually just run along their lines now. I might want to get another polearm. Not sure if we will or not. My horse is dead. Okay, let's get out of here, if I can. Okay. Apparently not. What is going on? I literally just got stuck. Okay, let's just kill all of those then, I guess. Apparently, you cannot be killed by friendly fire with the bombs. At least from what I can tell. Don't change that, please. Yeah, that would be hilarious and also very sad at the same time, because I would probably end up killing myself so much if it had friendly fire. It definitely has friendly fire for your horse, of course, and maybe it does for yourself, but I just haven't hit close enough. Maybe that's what it is. Anyway, hopefully we'll be okay. 100 really? 141 still? Wow. That's a lot of people. That is a lot of people. Let's try and thin them out a little bit. For some reason, I don't know what it is, but I'm taking so much damage. So much more damage than I was taking before. And I'm using the same armor, basically. So it's very strange. Oh, there's the headshot. And that was a face hit as well. That is so strange. I've got to say, I feel a lot weaker than I used to be. Not sure why, because she's wearing the exact same armor. She's got a great helmet on. She's probably got a little bit less HP, maybe. Maybe she's got a little bit less HP, but that shouldn't make any difference. Very strange. Very, very strange. Oh well, never mind. Anyway, as you can tell right here, we are going to be victorious, and then hopefully we will be able to even head into the castle. The problem is I am indeed now knocked unconscious, so that's going to be a problem. We could take all of these guys prisoner, though. That's exactly what we'll do. Here we are. Wow, so many of them. That is kind of crazy. And now what we're going to do is I am actually going to swap all of these prisoners out. Get all the high tier ones back. There we go. Fantastic. Let's get rid of those guys as well. Let's try and get some of these to join us and try to level up some more people too. There we are. That's wonderful. And now we could just take the loot. Now let's see exactly what happens here, because I am at 30 HP. So that's not amazing. And I could probably die really, really fast. My army is also having 62 wounded, which is a bit problematic. If I'm able to get inside the battlements and actually use my fire bombs, this should be an extremely easy victory for us. But if I'm not able to, I'm going to have to retreat almost immediately. That's going to be the strategy here, because it's basically a do or die situation. If I fail, that's it. Okay. We're going to see if that works, though. We're going to see. Okay. Can we... Oh, no. Oh, yeah, this is the... Oh, that's really annoying. Okay. I'm going to be a bit slow here, unfortunately. Getting stuck behind my units was not so great. Nice. Nice hit. Just want to kill that guy. I just want to get him out the way as fast as possible. Okay, okay, here we go. No, are you... Is she actually wearing a proper helmet? Because she just got hit for 84 damage. Wait a minute. Am I not wearing a proper helmet? Let me see. No, no, look. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. This is the thing that I was wearing before with Barney, and I was taking no damage, basically, with headshots. I was taking about 6 damage every single time. Is it damaged in some way? I don't think so. Okay, that's very weird. Alright. We're gonna have to leave. Yeah, we're gonna have to leave. There is nothing I can do here. We're gonna have to go away. And we'll see what we can do. I'm in a bit of two minds now, because I'm thinking to myself, okay, well... You know, I feel like that would have been a really, really easy victory for us if only I hadn't died. If I hadn't died, that would have been great. But, as you can no doubt tell, for some reason, we are having significant problems with personal survival. I don't know why that is. So that is going to have to be a thing that we'll have to try to We'll have to try to diagnose the problem in some way or another, because otherwise I'm just going to run into these places and just die instantaneously. And it doesn't make sense because, as I say, Barney did the exact same stuff and he has not had this many problems. So it's really weird. I actually don't know. It is super, super strange. Anyway, let's just recruit a bunch of these guys, even though they are indeed Aserai troops. I am not really a big fan of kind of like mixing and matching and things like that when it comes to themed playthroughs, even though it's not really a themed playthrough, so to speak, because we weren't really, shall we say, pledged to use Imperial troops or anything like that. We were more pledged to just basically be like, yeah, you know, we're just going to do whatever, you know. But as it stands, we kind of just fell into that, I guess. We kind of just fell into that, and it seemed to make the most sense to sort of consolidate our forces and make them be the same type. But yeah, well, let's just see what happens, because I wouldn't mind going back in there. I think I can definitely take this. That's the funny thing. I can definitely take this. It just very much depends on if this particular strategy is going to work for us or not. My thrown weapons have leveled up once again. I will take last hit, as far as I'm aware. I think that's probably the best one to go for in that particular level. And they're obviously going to have to build their catapults again, which I find that quite funny as well, by the way, because obviously if you're thinking about this from a realistic perspective, the siege mechanics, for the attackers, you would definitely be creating, you know, siege engines and things like that, right? You would definitely be creating them. You'd be building them at the exact site where you're going to be attacking, because you're not going to lug a huge trebuchet across country. Of course, you're not going to do that. However, the way that the defenders work and them having to build their catapults and things like that, that doesn't really make any sense, because they're stationary. They would have their stuff already built, you know. It doesn't really compute. But it's quite funny though, because I'm not arguing to make it more difficult, because obviously that is literally going to make it more difficult. It's going to make it almost impossible, actually. You know, because we've seen that many times. Okay, let's actually just kill these guys. Wow, massive damage, loads of damage, absolutely insane. Wow. And that's exactly what I was wanting the first time we came in here. Absolutely beautiful, wonderful amounts of damage. And there's an invisible wall here. Really? Huh. Alright. You know my opinion on invisible walls. I do not like them one bit. I think that in general, if there are going to be invisible walls, obviously, if the AI is having bad pathfinding, so much so that you're going to need invisible walls everywhere, then I don't even know what to tell you. Because here's the thing, if an AI falls off here, then all you do is just have them walk towards enemies, and they're just going to fall off the roof, and then that's going to be fine. You know, that would make the most sense. But unfortunately, yeah, as you can see, look at this. Invisible walls all the way. This is actually kind of shocking, to be honest. Yeah, kind of weirded out by that. And funnily enough, look at these guys. Look, there's actually archers here. This is so strange. There are literal archers on the on the building there, but I couldn't jump down to attack them from the battlements, which is kind of strange in itself. I feel like you should be able to do that, because let's face it, you know, that's it's a tactical, you know, it's a strategy that you can use. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be even possible thanks to the invisible wall. So very strange. Anyway, let's just kill that guy. Don't even know why I used a firebomb on him, but I thought, hey, we've got them. We might as well use them, right? Nice. This guy is absolutely annoying. There we go. Get him out of the way. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's just kill these guys. Nice. Yes, there we go. Alright, I think we should probably be fine here. We've lost a grand total of, well, very few units. Shouldn't have to worry too much. Alright, so that looks to be about it. I'm just gonna zoom everything to the end here, and my forces should be able to achieve a victory. And we managed to clear out the battlements pretty nicely. How many kills did I actually get? 115. Okay, yeah, that's not too bad. And now the main reason why I wanted to take this is my thought process behind it. Basically, it is to lure enemies that want to just be annoying. They just want to be annoying. They just want to come over here and tackle this if they want, and then they're going to see how it goes. And obviously things are not going to go so well for them, or at least hopefully not go so well for them. Now, as you can see, there is a huge amount of clay here, which I wouldn't mind taking. So let me actually just see what is taking up most of my space. A lot of linen. Right. So let me actually just... Why is there only 2? Wait. There was only 2... Oh, no, that was... I was reading it wrong. Okay, that's so funny. I thought we had 2,000 linen, but it was actually just 2, and it was just the price. I was reading it wrong. Okay, that's so funny. All right. Yep. Okay, let's take a lot of clay. Let's take a lot of clay right here. There we go. We've got over 1,000 clay now, which is pretty nice. Now, here's what's really cool. Because we took a castle as well, this is going to pay off massively. But, of course, as I have said to you multiple times in the past, having a lot of money doesn't necessarily translate into having a lot of power. It's not like real life, you know, to a certain degree. Because everything has a price is not that powerful. But you know what? I did say that at the very beginning of the episode that I wasn't going to give myself any points or anything like that, because I was not wanting to make it too stagnant or you know, samey along with Barney's playstyle. And that's the reason why I'm not using a dagger. That's the reason why I'm not using a thrusting polearm. It's the reason why I'm using a completely different set of weapons. Just ignore the firebombs, of course. So anyway, the point is, what I'm trying to say is I'm thinking, what do you think about this? What about if we get everything has a price? If I get everything has a price, and then we try and buy some things. We try and buy some settlements in the barter screen. Do you think that could be a cool idea? Because I don't even know whether it's even going to be possible. Because the way that everything has a price works has been changed so dramatically from its first couple of iterations that I think my current thought on everything has a price is that it is completely useless, but it might not be. It might actually be useful here because I have so much money. But there are many reasons why 7 million is not actually that much money. And you might actually see exactly why when we try it out. Maybe in the next episode. We'll see. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.